Yeah, we just heard the previous Prime Minister of Israel. You did not hear him? He was in the interview a minute ago. They asked him about that. He says, yeah, we will not be surprised. You know, uranium is a small amount. You can move it. You know, it's not a, we should not say this is going to be happen. We need to assist and see. You know, but this is the satellite pictures. Look how many trucks. Why the American, why the Israeli did not hit the entrance of those buildings so nothing can come out? The Israeli, they said they cannot destroy the building, correct? Like deep, it's deep in the ground. Okay, what about hitting the entrance and destroy it? Trucks, they can go inside the building, down. The whole truck can go, not just individual. It's like elevator, you go take it. No, there is a road. The whole truck can go inside it. So why the Israeli, they are watching in the satellite, and the American, why they saw those trucks and they did not do anything? And then they claim victory and we destroyed it and we finish it. And then just wait, 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, we will hear the Iranian announce they have their first nuke. Fake victory, fake war, and fake accomplishment. Yeah, I don't know what kind of leadership we have in the Pentagon, how smart, and they went in TV, and the guy, the general, he was talking about how President Trump, with his amazing thinking, he was able to manipulate the enemy, make them believe that the attack is not happening soon, when in reality, they send, he called Putin. Like, you know, before the attack, the first thing I saw in the news, it says Putin command all the scientists and the Russian who work in those facilities to leave immediately. Okay, I said, okay, maybe it's like he's being careful, you know. No, it turned to be that Trump told him, we are going to hit there, be sure your guys is out. And then Putin, he told the Iranian. Very smart. Genius, genius. You know? Yeah. You can go back on time and check the news, you know? Let's see, hold on. Russian scientists to evacuate nuclear facility Iran. I say Iran, Google type urine. When this news is, look at this. They are just fooling with us, you know. Russia pulls its scientists out of Iranian nuclear plant as Israeli strike threatened decades of collaboration. Okay, what time this happened? What is the date, guys? June 20. Now this is the news, by the way. It doesn't mean it happened exactly in this time, but this is before the attack. So the Russian, they did not move any of their scientists all this time. Imagine the Israeli are hitting all this time, and the Russian, they did not move one employee, which means nothing happening there. Only now the Russian decide to move all their scientists out. Because the American, they told them we are going to hit. It's obvious, preset agreement between the Russian and the American, and even the Iranian. Trump, he want to make himself a victorious. As usual, he like to appear something special. He claimed he made victory, and in reality, it was a show time. In fact, I will not be surprised if the one who took the nuclear material is the Russian. It might be the American and the Russian, they have an agreement. We will keep the uranium safe, and you go ahead. Is it possible? I think so. Because the Russians are involved very deep in this scenario. The Minister of Defense of Qatar is making a speech complaining about the attack of Iran. Nice show, nice show. Very nice show. Yeah. Let me show you. This is the Qatari Minister of Defense. Oh no, he is speaking in the name of the Ministry of Defense. He just finished his speech. Yeah.
في مساء هذا اليوم وردت معلومات مؤكدة أن القواعد المتواجد فيها القوات الأمريكية في منطقتنا مستهدفة ومنها قاعدة العديد القطرية.
Look at this officer, you know. I mean, this is the most horrible army you can imagine. They will lose a war with army of turtles. This is why they have the American. Look what the Trump he said, guys. Look what it says here in red. It says, Trump, he is saying, I thank Iran very much for telling us earlier. In red, it says, Trump, he said, we thanks Iran for telling us earlier. He sent a special thank you to Iran for warning the American that we will hit there. I mean, isn't this what I'm telling you? It's a joke. Have you ever heard of an enemy exchange thank you? Yeah, you can use your phone to translate what I'm showing you if you don't believe me. Urgent news, عاجل. Here it says urgent news, عاجل. Trump أشكر إيران على إبلاغنا مبكرا. I thanks Iran for informing us earlier about their attack. That is a very friendly war. You know, I mean, like, what is that? That's amazing, so beautiful, so sincere relationship. And look at those the Arab are meeting together now to discuss the situation. Iran, Trump is saying now, the response of Iran is so weak. Really. Don't tell me he is live now. No, this is just from the news, just as the previous one. Yeah, the response of Iran is weak.
Al Udeid in Qatar. Al Udeid Air Force Base, Air Base, military base in Qatar. Iran says it was targeted because it's outside of its location of populated areas. A U.S. military official telling Fox no missiles reached the base and there were no casualties, as just quoted by President Trump. Neither detail seems to deter Tehran. They are suggesting, a senior official is at least, that they are not done with retaliation. But Trump might be. A military source telling the New York Post, quote, Trump has no intention of striking back after Iran's failed retaliation. Meantime, the New York Times, confirming what was just written by President Trump, reporting the officials said Iran symbolically needed to strike back at the United States, but at the same time carry it out in a way that allowed all sides an exit ramp. They described it as a similar strategy to 2020 when Iran gave Iraq heads up before firing ballistic missiles at an American base in Iraq following the assassination of its top general. That confirms what we just heard from President Trump, that there was warning before these missiles were launched at an American military base. We're covering this with team coverage. We've got Texas Republican Congressman Austin Pfluger, retired naval.
Just give me a break, you and Trump. All of you are a bunch of potatoes. He will not retaliate. It's a joke. It's a mockery. The Iranians are hitting houses and buildings in Israel, and Trump, he considers nothing is happening. All of this because he don't want to put his nose there. He will leave the Israeli fighting alone. Instead of taking the opportunity to show those people what is their size exactly and how you respect America, and you never dare to assault American. You see, when you don't do retaliate, you are giving a clear example for other enemies that American leaders, they fear us. This is not about, they hurt nobody, they told us. No, they did hit. Even if it's symbolic, they did. And this is the whole point of it. So why you allow them to get away with their propaganda? Why you don't hit them back? And show them anytime you hit us, we will hit you severely. As we just heard, last time, the Iranian, they hit the American bases in Iraq, and more than 23 soldiers have severe injuries. Trump, he went on TV, he says nothing happened. If one of them get killed, I will respond. Potato. And this is why the Iranian regime is being so arrogant, and they act as if they are the strong and America is the weak. Very weak Western leaders are not good for our time. Very disappointing. We pray that the Iranian, they will make a bigger mistake. And then that mistake will force Trump, who is he potato, who he don't want to go to war, at least short one. That mistake will force the potato Trump to do something serious. I hope the Iranian would do such a mistake, because I know Trump, he will not do anything. And then we can teach those savage who they are. You can't be nice and kind with savage. Nobody can win a war like this. This is not a war. This is a mockery of the American, mockery of the Israeli, abuse to the Israeli, abuse for the whole area. This country, Iran, is acting as if they are a superpower without having a nuke. So what will happen if they have nukes? What do you expect? Just imagine. You think America preparing for response? Trump, he will never respond. You want to bet? Do you want to bet? I know Trump. He has not even controlled his party. You know, he claims strength. He claimed that he is the powerful man in the party, the mega. He is not able to control them. Everyone's singing, it's like a bathroom. Everyone's singing in different direction. They are like a bunch of a chicken. Like you go inside the chicken house and everybody making a noise, but nobody knows what the other person, the other chicken is saying. But all of them making noise. There's one he claimed to be a rooster. He's so proud. Other one is the female chicken. The other one he think he's a turkey, even though he's a chicken. So the Republican Party these days is just like a chicken house, and they are just making noises. I mean, even the guy who they support to deport him, this guy, the pro-Hamas. Do you remember him? The guy, the pro-Hamas. They could not keep him in jail. They could not even deport him. What kind of a president this president is? I mean, what is exactly your authority in this country? You could not deport someone. He is not a citizen. He violated his visa. He support our enemies. And he's free, and when he came out, he gave finger to Trump. Have you ever heard of a president he could not deport one person? One guy? Palestinian guy? And not only that, by their stupid action, they made the guy a hero. Look at the pictures all over the internet. He's kissing his wife, kissing his baby. You know, the one who support Hamas, want to kill the Jews, he's free. And he is laughing at Trump.